Hello, cut. Hello, welcome back to Dams TV. We've got another Guardian Conservatory warm roof conversion thing to do. So let's get straight into it. I'll go show you. So this is inside. We've got a board, them triangles, insulated boards on the roof. Dab these. Ooh, that's a nice little nib. Looks like there's a telly, massive telly going on the wall. Little nib on that side, bit awkward, but we'll manage. Diet Coke. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. So, she's already made us a brew. Let's have a quick brew and then banged it on. Leave it there. There's always one idiot. So that's it for Friday. It's a bit late. It's about, let's see what time it is. 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock on a Friday. But it's all boarded and dabbed. Guardian warm roof boarded, reveals boarded around the bellocks. All these stuck on, ready for skimming in the morning. Skimming in the eye. Right, so here I go. So we'll just explain to you, we're just going to mix a filler. So we mix a bit of stuff in a bucket, fill out all the beads and all the tapes, and it just gives you that bit longer to get the initial coat on. What tends to happen is it gives you that bit longer because instead of the 10-20 minutes it's took you to fill all your beads and tapes out, then you mix some fresh stuff, so it's fresh stuff going on, you're starting straight away basically. So it's quite a long video this, so I tried to speed it up a bit. Just getting the first coat lashed on and then neatening it up. You know, you see the special grip in a minute. I think it's later in the video. So I'm putting it on, but I'm trying to get it as neat as I can. I'm not just lashing it on. If you take notice, it's lashed on like that, and then it's sort of neatened up. So it's lashed on there, then I just neaten over it. There you go, lash it on. It's gone a bit quick. I think I've done it too quick. Here we go, lash some more on. Just trying to, if you notice there, my hand's doing like a bit of a jiggle at the top. It just sort of vibrates the stuff right in the corner because it's not a 90-degree angle, it's a bit sharper. This wall was quite tricky because the customer if you notice in a bit, that there's screws in the wall sticking out. It's for the TV bracket. She didn't want to lose the position of the TV bracket and the radiator. So I was sort of going around about 8 screws, and at one point I did catch my trowel on one of the screws. I was flipping fuming. Oh, there it is. It's a pain in the ass they are. But you've got to do what the customers want, I suppose. Lash across the top. I always put that first lash across the top. Oh, there's the dog barking at someone. Shut up! Woody, shut up! Ripping dog. Barks at nothing. No, I'm doing a bit of YouTubing. Right, back to it, sorry. Let's see how I'm neatening it up. Just get it on. Go back over it. That bit didn't want to fill in, did it? Still a bit there. Get it next time. But you're aiming to get a nice, good, even coat on. Oh, spread it up again. So we did the same with this. We did the same with the ceiling. We had a filler, got it on, and then we've done the same with this. We had a filler, and then we, because we had so much to put on, rather than just mixing a couple of bags and putting it on, fill out and put on, you can do that. But because we had quite a lot of beads and a lot of little nibs and stuff to put on, we decided to have a filler. Trick around the sockets for the TV and the aerial. It's making it quite awkward because of them screws. Where you usually just lash it on, lash up and down, and it's on. But with the screws you can't. So it took a bit longer to do it. Slowed me down a bit, I should say. And this is where I actually catch the trowel. I only catch it a little bit more. Oh, there. Fuming. If that would have been my good trowel, it would have put a right nick in it. Because it's this trowel that I'm kind of breaking in, it's not done so bad. It didn't do any damage. As you can see in the background, Liam, my son, is putting the other window wall on. So I'm putting the big back wall of the house on and the reveals, and I'm doing a window wall and the reveals, and Liam's doing that window wall and the reveals. For some more stuff. think they're the TV bracket screws actually. I don't think there was any rad pipe screws. I was wrong. I think it's just a massive TV that they've got. I've not actually seen the TV, but just work the trailing edge away. So we're starting again, laying in. I'm just explaining to Liam that he should be laying in by now. I've got the back wall on the window wall. Liam's not quite finished that window wall, and I'm saying, come on, you need to get it on, you should be laying in by now. So I've told him to leave the reveals, get his wall on, get it laid in, and then we'll deal with the reveals. If there's any stuff left, we'll get them on. If not, we'll have to mix a bit more, but he did manage to do it. He just had to, we added a touch of water to what was left in the bucket, sort of remixed it, knocked it up a bit so it was a bit wetter, and we put the reveals on with it. So there's another little trick you can do if you feels like you're losing control but you've not got everything on. What you can do is just don't lose what you've got on the wall, get that sorted, get it laid in, get it flattened, and then if you add a touch of water, run the drill through the stuff, it'll come back. And it shouldn't really speed up the set. It doesn't really speed up the set of that. It'll just mean that you can actually get your little bit on that you've not got on, but you've not lost the gauge then. You don't have to have a fresh mix, but you've not lost control, because that's the worst thing. If you lose control of it, then it just ends up being rough. You look how neat that is. So if that was to sort of set on me or go on me, I've not got big lines left in it, and everything's nice and flat, everything's filled out. You can see how I'm working around the angles where they meet. Work my way around them. I think I was just checking if that had set. One way someone mentioned to me about can he have a touch test, but I don't really do a touch. I don't do a feeling test. I just get it on, then I lay it down, and then I just go over it. And if I'm taking too much gear off my trowel, if I'm taking too much plaster off with my trowel, that's a good indicator that it's too early. There's the special grip that I've got going on, where I'm grabbing the sort of spine of my trowel instead of the handle. Because if I grab the handle, I'd actually punch the ceiling and put knuckle marks in the ceiling. So what I do is grab the sort of spine of the trowel. You can see it's nice, it's a good technique. You just have to be careful, because your palm of your hand is touching the blade there, so if you was to hit the trowel on anything, you could give yourself a nasty cut. It's not ideal, but you've got to just do what you've got to do to get it on. Look how flat that is. It's only laid in. Only laying in at this point, not troweling. Second coat. So I talk about laying in. It's the second coat, but it's with the same stuff. It's with the same mix. I don't use two mixes. Some plasterers do. They put it on the first coat, then they flatten that first coat, then they mix another batch. But you sort of 2 hours from when you mix, you're 2 hours. So if you was to put one coat on, then mix, you're 2 hours from that mix. So if you spend an hour putting your first coat on, and then you mix again, you're 2 hours. because it's fresh stuff. I know you're going over plaster, but the plaster on the wall will hold that off anyway. So you're sort of prolonging the gauge. You know, sometimes you might want that, but I don't. I just want a quick gauge. Well, 2 hour gauge. There I am, changing grip again. The Vulcan spine grip. Some guy asked me, could I do a video walking into Greggs with my stilts on? I must admit, I am considering it. I am considering just getting my stilts on, going into Greggs and asking for a pasty. You can't really tell though, but the stuff is just starting to stiffen up, so we need to get a move on. I am kind of stretching the amount that I can put on. Not the amount I can put on, but the amount of sort of angles and reveals without it going. And like I said before earlier in the video, them screws did not help me speed. It took a bit of time just to go around all them. Usually you'd just be able to lash through. You'd have it on in 3 or 4 swoops, but there's sockets and screws, so it is just slowing me down a little bit, and it's harder to get right. Look, you see how I'm sort of messing with it. But one of the things you should do, and it's good practice, is to whatever your strokes you've kind of used and whichever order you've put stuff on, you put your skimming on, do the same order, do the same routine every time for every wall. I think Liam is actually just laid in there. So just open the door there so I can get right in. Get the reveal laid in. Otherwise you can't quite get your hand in to get the reveal on. I hate little nibs like that. Seen that there? I've dragged a blob, a dry bit of skimming right across the flipping. It's probably the screws, you know. It's just a bit dry around them screws. I did actually fill in around them the day before, so it's probably that. It's just drying. Should have unibonded them, really. Bit of an amateur mistake there. when you've got quite a lot going on and you're under a bit of pressure to get it done, it's Saturday, you want to get home, you don't want to be working. So you just forget to do things. It's not a biggie, but it's still a mistake on my behalf. Everything was absolutely fine at the end of it though, it was all done, it was okay, as you'll see. Flipping sheet. It's great them sheets, but they get in the way a little bit. I've actually missed this review, so I'm laying everything in, but this isn't on. So that's why I was looking at the other side of things and going, oh, put that one on. Not a problem. Just get it lashed on, lay it down in a minute. Stuff is picking up a bit. You can see it's getting a bit thick now. So sadly, my memory card in my camera was full, so I've done quite a lot of video in this particular day, and the memory card got full, so it's going to cut off in a minute. I had to do the rest with my phone, but I didn't notice it had cut off because it was hot. Obviously, it's on like a cradle on my head, so just finishing off laying in this back wall, and I think it cuts out. Well, that's the job all done. I don't know if how much my camera did. It stopped recording for some reason. Oh, the memory card was full, so I'll just have to do this last bit on my phone. But that's it, all finished. Another great job. Well, another good job finished. And I'm knackered. Time for a well-deserved pint. Methinks. Nice pint of cider. Move your ear. It's Saturday, would you believe it? It's Saturday. Working on a Saturday. Things you do for money here. So we've done a nice Guardian warm roof today for this guy. Style Windows, give him a shout out. It gives me quite a lot of work, so I thought I'd give him a plug. If you're in the Cheshire area, Winsford, Nantwich, Northwich, that area, get on to him. Get on to him, give him a good shout out.